Okay, we can turn that into this conversation. What's tanking then?
Bro, if we go from what did we go last week? Last year, 10-6,
Yeah, we went 10
and
and
just
6.
missing the playoffs, then go to tanking again. Like, bro, we're this close to making the playoffs, and then we go back to tanking. I'm not watching that
Tua's
shit.
hurt. I'm saying if Tua's out for 6 to
Yeah,
8
if Tua,
weeks.
I know. But I'm going with your hypothetical. Like, if Tua's hurt and he's out for 6 to 8 weeks, and they go back to tanking, I'm not watching this crap.
Oh no, that's objective. Like that's up to you. Like my
Yeah,
thing is that okay, let's say if you're like if we're gonna make this a conversation about tanking, if you're like the Lakers or something, and let's say the Lakers have their pick this year, LeBron James is out with an ACL, Anthony Davis is out with an Achilles. What is the incentive of trying to win this season? There isn't an incentive. Like you're not going to win. So if I were the Lakers, I would try to lose every single game and go 0-82 to make sure I get the first round pick, and then everybody comes back next year with my first round pick, or I can use that first round pick for leverage to trade for something. So like I just think that the Dolphins should try if he's out for like 6 to 8 weeks. If he's out for like 1 to 2 weeks, I think you try to go for it. But Jacoby Brissett just didn't look good today. We didn't even fucking score. It was
well, yeah,
35 to
because
0.
he was standing behind a shitty line as well, and he wasn't taking first. He wasn't getting reps like a starter would. So he was just basically thrown into the fire.
Yeah, man. Just
I don't like tanking. I really don't. It really makes a bad product at the end of the day, and I just wish fans would if a team's gonna like make it blatant that they're gonna tank, then the fans should be like, all right, well we're not gonna show up then. We're not gonna buy jerseys. Then you can tank if you want, but we're not gonna support that. But that's just me.
3-6.
My thing about tanking is that I'm only okay with it if it actually pays off. Like, okay, I'm gonna bring this to basketball because that's all I know. I know this is a football conversation, but all I know is basketball. Like 76ers, perfect example.
It's not working out.
Here's the thing. We didn't see the process all the way through, but even though it got ended prematurely, I feel like for the most part, compared to what they were to what they are now,
It
I
kind of
feel like it was for
worked.
yeah, like it's overall successful. Like it's pretty good. You got two, you have an MVP, you have an MVP caliber center. You have Ben Simmons, who is a top 30 player. I'm just throwing out that number to be generous. I don't
He's a
know.
great defender. He's a defensive player of the year. He's a great defender.
Look how many picks they had to go through to get that.
But that's because
Yeah,
they
but
picked wrong. Their scouts were ass. Like I'm not. I had this opinion last year. Like if they had the Heat scouts and they had to like if Miami had to go through like the process, dog, we would literally have like the Golden State
Everyone.
Warriors of like 2021. Because our scouts are just amazing. They just had shitty scouts in Philadelphia. Because
like look at the Timberwolves. They're historically bad at
like
picking.
they just have horrible scouts. Like the scouts in Miami are just amazing because we pick out talent from nowhere. We picked up some dude from the summer league who looked like he was killing it, and he might be really good this year. I don't know why I'm blanking out on his name. He's like, I feel like he's
I
Arabic,
don't know either.
but
I know what you're talking about.
yeah, but they just like their scouting wasn't that good. They really missed out on some people because they could have had Jason Tatum, Ben Simmons, and Joel Embiid, but they messed up and picked Markel. So it's like, I mean,
Well, they
But remember,
drafted for fit.
they also drafted Nerlens Noel. They
They
also
did.
drafted
Mar-
Okafor.
Michael Carter Williams.
And those didn't pan out. So I
Those
don't
were
think-
supposed to be big names, though.
Yeah,
Because
and
remember Nerlens, not Nerlens, no, Jalil Okafor. It was him and one other center that that was really big at the time. I don't remember.
Cat. Was it Cat?
Yeah, it was
Cat.
Cat. He was getting comparisons to
Parker was
Cat.
in that- Jabari Parker was in that draft.
No,
Yeah,
that's
like-
the Wiggins draft. The Wiggins draft was Jabari Parker.
that was a week.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Huh?
that was 2014. That was the Wiggins draft.
yeah, who did come out of that?
2015 is what you're. Is Okafor 20? Okafor was 2015.
He's
That
around
was,
there.
That was
He was
Karl
drawing a
Anthony
lot of
Towns and
comparisons.
Okafor.
he was drawing a lot of comparisons. But anyway, like for the time, I don't feel like they were that awful. Because yeah, they didn't work out in the end. But like Michael Carter Williams, first game, dude dropped like 20. He had like a 20-10 game, and like he had an insane first debut
against Miami, the big three.
Yeah, against Miami. Yeah, and then his first season wasn't that bad. I mean, it was all right. It wasn't anything special. It didn't really work out in the end.
He was one of the weakest rookie of the years, but he won rookie of the year. Like that's something that you can say. He did win it.
Yeah, but I mean, like at the time, I like the first year at least that wasn't a bad pick, and then you have Nerlens Noel. Actually, no, you can't get mad at them.
Well,
Actually, you can get mad at them because remember, I think they drafted Nerlens Noel and then Jalil Okafor, or one of them two, or they had both of them.
They had both of them at the same time.
At the same time. And they couldn't.
And then they drafted Embiid right after. It's like, okay, then what's the plan here? Because you have 3 centers. So like they just
talking about with tanking. Like, if you're gonna tank, I guess you might as well have a plan with it. But then they told the Sixers fans trust the process. But then you have to drag them through all that crap, and then now you're not even making it to the finals. Like, what's the point? You put your fans through all of that, and then now you just.
The Sixers are just unlucky because I'm gonna be honest. I love the Kawhi shot. It bounced 4 times. Like, it bounced 4 times. Like, you're just unlucky at that point. Because we all know, like, that series could have went either way. That's just unlucky. But then...
I still had the Raptors winning that series.
Wow. Okay, this is random, but the Ravens just came back to beat the Chiefs. I know that has nothing to do with... Yeah, shout out to B More. They did it for Michael K. Williams. You saw that tribute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dog, I was while I was hearing y'all talk about football, I was skimming through an article and it was saying that how Michael K. Williams should have gotten an Emmy this year for his work in Lovecraft Country, and I agree.
I didn't see it, but I was in the middle of The Wire season 3 when the news dropped that he died, and I was kind of like shocked. I was like, dog, like I was just watching The Wire, like this is crazy. And his character Omar is probably like one of the best written characters of all time. If you haven't watched The Wire yet, like you gotta watch it. It's an amazing show.
It doesn't portray Baltimore in the greatest light.
I mean,
yeah, but I mean, Baltimore already isn't in the greatest light. It doesn't matter. It's like trying to make Detroit look luxurious. Like, shut up. Like, we're not buying this.
Dog, you can literally buy a shack in Detroit for like $14,000 right now.
Probably even lower than that.
Yeah, probably lower. There's literally like places where it's like $3,000. That's crazy.
Because no one wants to buy anything in Detroit, and it's like, yeah, you can always have a nice downtown, but if I go 2 blocks down and I see like people getting robbed, it's like, no, I don't want to own.
I don't want to see go 2 blocks down and see Eminem rapping fast on a street corner. Like I don't like fast rap.
You want to hear knick-knack, paddywhack.
Knick-knack, paddywhack. Spiritual, lyrical, miracle.
All right, last topic. This shit's probably going to end up being like under like an hour 20, but whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.